Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is where you are. I'm Raddimanx, and we're here to play some Chronicle. And in other news, it's pretty damn hot outside. Not really hot, but it's more humid actually. You can probably tell. Gosh, nothing I can do about that. Anyway, we're here to grab our daily rewards. As you can see, it's going to be some gem shards today. 35's fine. That's like just over halfway to crafting a common, so I mean, it's all towards some bigger and better cards, so we're happy to pick up that any day. So I think the first thing to do is to have a look at the current state of the deck. Now, for those of you who saw the last episode, it's not changed since. It is still the same deck. But for those of you who didn't, here's what we're going with at the moment. We decided to make the change to Agrozan purely because of the matchups we've been facing in ranked. And the Ozan deck that we had made just wasn't quite cutting it. It was just getting outpaced every time, coming up against a lot of fast decks in the current meta. So I don't think I necessarily have the cards to sort of counter that at the moment. So you know what they say, if you can't beat him, join him. So in this case, I have stooped to the level of Agrozan, and yeah, I mean, I've made the best I can with what I got. Yeah, I mean, the notable things really are Highwayman, which we got in a pack. It's an interesting card. I haven't seen it. I mean, I've only played this deck once. But I'm looking forward to actually being able to use Highwayman effectively. When you're going second in a game, I'm sure it's just the best thing to play in that last slot. We took out Dragon Set. I don't think this deck just gains enough gold to really go for Dragon Set. Not now it's been changed to Agrozan anyway. The 2 Desert Snakes, fantastic Ozan card for this kind of deck. You essentially pay 3 health, but you get to take 5 off your rival, which in the long run is going to be very, very useful. And aside from that, we just have basically everything we could chuck in that deals direct damage. Count Drainer makes an appearance. It provides a tiny bit of health gain, but also helps in taking out Undead Dragon. Skeleton Champion, we crafted one of them and we got the other in a pack, and yeah, he's fantastic as well. Deal 5 damage to the rival, and you get a 6/1 weapon, which actually works really well with Snapshot, so it deals damage to rival equal to your weapon attack +1. Absolutely fantastic if you can get Skeleton Champion and then 2 of these in a row. It deals a hefty amount of damage. But yeah, anyway, enough chat about the deck, and let's actually see it in action. So the first person that we're coming up against is with Stupid. That's definitely not an I. I get that it's trying to be with Stupid. Clearly somebody's already got that name, so they had to improvise. But yeah, I'm not giving him that one. That's I'm with Stubbled. Now she boasts the title Unstoppable. We shall see. I don't think Linza's going to have too strong a game against this kind of deck. It just seems like it's not a good matchup for her. It's also very tempting to keep Skeleton Champion. But what we're looking for here is some way to get attack up, and even Troll Chucker goes here. Well, we haven't managed to get it.
The clock is ticking.
So actually in this case, what we really need to do is Pyramid Plunder is going to give her a bit of gold. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And in this case, we need to play a 4th because we need to try and reduce damage that Safe Spot causes. Okay, I think we go just Test of Might maybe? Or maybe we don't play anything. Maybe we save it. Yeah, no, well, we're going to save it. I'm still really not sure on Pyramid Plunder. So you gain 4 gold and your rival gains 2 as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like the giving the rival gold. So wait, what shenanigans have just gone down here? Oh my gosh. So that's going to deal 6 damage to us. But it certainly could have been worse. Imagine if we played Skeleton Champion. So the draws have to be good here. It was a fairly even first chapter. I have a slight advantage on gold. Perfect. Well, we really needed some way of getting attack up. So I think what we're going to do here is... yeah. We're going to go that, then that. I think... yeah, that seems good to me.
That's this story written.
Because otherwise we're not producing enough damage. This turn is lacking in direct damage. And any turn that we're not dealing that damage is a huge loss. Especially against a Linza deck which builds up their weapons. So if it comes to the final fight and I haven't taken enough health off her, I'm going to be really shafted right there. But it's looking okay so far. And hopefully we can get Highwayman. That would be really, really good to have on that last turn against Linza deck. Now there's a risk here. And I don't know how I feel about it. So... I think we need to battle the rival and deal 3 damage. We just haven't got a good way to utilize this 6-1. Unfortunately, if I did take on the Undead Dragon, whilst I would survive and deal 10 damage to the opponent, that puts us at incredible risk of a lot of things that my opponent could have. Fortunately, this is going to do too much to me. Hopefully, she encounters something... oh, and we're going first. So we've won. Our next card's going to deal 3 damage. Yes! Agrozan! I told you in the last video, the title was, is Agrozan the Saviour? And I think he is. I think it was a stroke of brilliance. Having to adapt to the current meta. I know we're only in Bronze League, but hopefully we can get out of it. So our next opponent's going to be Corny Leos. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. I love that little title on Happy Feet with the KGP agent. Awesome. Speaking of KGP agent,
Looks like I'm going first.
I'm more than happy to have KGP in my starting hand. I think those are the only 2 to go. Mimic and Pyramid Plunder are good here. So, I've been trying to pump out daily content for you guys, and yeah, it's it's just been so enjoyable. So I just wanted to thank you for support on the previous videos. I know there's not been many comments, but yes, fantastic just to see the likes. It honestly makes my day when I see a like pop through, or even a view at the moment. Yeah. But that's enough cheesy stuff. Right into this chapter. The first chapter. It's a very similar start from me and my opponent. It's another Linza deck. Maybe people know something I don't. Two mimics in a row. Man. Plus another 5 health from my desert snake. It's not an innuendo. 1 extra attack from the KGP. Well, given what kind of deck we have here, I think it's looking good. Wow. Those are just too big to have in the hand. So we'll be up to 4. If we were to steal 4 from one of these, it'd be on 9. That's a lot of damage. But we'd steal 4 health. So, steal 4 health. This goes down to 9. I'm up to 26. That means that this is going to get 2 hits on us, I think. Yeah, 2 hits, so we're going to take 12. I think we're going to do it. Because it's possible that it really does then put pressure on our opponent. Because, see, she's picked up some heals there. I didn't take into account the 3 damage that Count Rainer would do to me. For some reason I thought Count Rainer was a 4 health. Even though I had it right in front of me. And there comes a second hit. I mean, that puts the rival down to 9. It's not a good place for the rival to be. But it certainly could have been worse had they not picked up the God Sword. I think we've got a good chance here because I think her only chance of really beating me is to either battle with me, that would be huge right now, or just stick it out to the final. I think that's maybe what she's trying to do. I think Dragon Longsword into Oozing Calphite's good here. But perhaps we put it at the end. And the reason for this is if the character develops any armor, well, it's hopefully going to be taken down by the Oozing Calphite, which removes 6 armor and deals 4 damage to the rival. Oh gosh, okay. So the rival's going to strike me here with 2 extra weapons. Well, good one. Good one.
Hey, go a little easier next time.
That was a good game. Unfortunately, opponents just got the better of me on that one. That's not too bad. It's unfortunate to lose the streak, but so far Agrozan has won 2 and lost 1. I suppose we go on to the next one. Oh, it's the same person that I played. Not the last game, but the person I beat with Stuppled. She's certainly not unstoppable. I think she should have taken that title off.
Looks like I'm going first.
Oh, okay. It's a lot of gold. Wow, wow, wow.
The clock is ticking.
I think we give gold. KGP. Longsword. It's possible we hit Count Drainer here. I would prefer to hit the Mimic personally. But yeah, it's certainly possible we could hit Count Drainer and lose him. She's going to spend her weapon and add her weapon attack and 2 health. To... Whoa. That's... She did a similar thing to me, I believe, in the first game. It's an interesting play, that is. I quite like it. And we've hit Count Drainer. Count Drainer's gone. Got to look at the pluses. We get extra gold. We're probably going to be in a comfortable position to use Highwayman at the end of the game. Due to all this early game gold. Possibly not. But it'd be great if we could steal a huge weapon. You see, I'd love to play every card in this hand.
That's this story.
There's not a good way to do it, though. That's such a waste. I think we wait out. So we wasted her Fenkenstrain. That's going to give no attack to any of my creatures. It's going to get a few hits on her as well. And hopefully she's not got anything. That's a very lackluster turn from both me and with Stippled. Now is the time where we probably should start using the weapon anyway. And go Troll, Desert Snake, Skeleton. See, I don't want to use the weapon on the KGP, but yeah, I think yeah, we'll just go like that. I think KGP is going to be better used on the last turn, where discarding is not really going to matter.
Welcome. It's good to see you again.
She's picked up a lot of gold. That really makes me want to draw the Highwayman, because I just got to feel. The thing is she'll put it in the last slot, and going second is a big advantage over Highwayman. She might not. Chapter 4, we're getting towards the end of the game, and I don't know how she's ended up getting down to so little life. I really didn't think I'd done that much. Wow, the snapshot is going to be huge here. This snapshot into Scorpion could win the game, but in case it doesn't, and that's going to give it a pretty good go. So we'll get rid of one of the safe spots, but I think this is the right time to use KGP. I don't think it's too bad. We'll be going into the last chapter. We will have a safe spot just in case. She's used Romley superbly there and has managed to get away with this. Because, my gosh, that would have been the end. But what I like is she's really hanging on. This looks good for the last game. I need to keep my title over this player. You know, 2 wins, 0 losses would be pretty good.
Now for the final act.
So unfortunately we're not going to have enough gold to use Highwayman. Ooh. Okay. The opponent conceded. I'm more than happy with that. It's not as satisfying as winning, because I think clearly from what she drew, she knew I was going to win. And we get the overpowered title. Now I feel that's making a big statement when I'm still pretty fresh on the game. But I'd really like to get out of Bronze League this episode, so I think that's exactly what we're going to try and do. I'll get a bit of XP. And there we go. So we're on 1. So the way it works, getting promoted into the Silver League, is I just have to win an extra game, and if I don't, then I go back down to rank 2. So essentially you have to win 2 in a row to get promoted. And I know that it gets harder as you go up. I'm not too sure past gold how it increases. Hopefully we'll see that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of improvement needed before we can see that. And it'd be cool to pick up the league reward and the card back as well. It'd be nice to have something that isn't the original card back, although I think you get the card back at the end of the season. So here we go. It's the big game. Agrozam, you ready? In Love, Memory. 24 silver. So that makes sense. I mean, we're getting promoted into the Silver League, and she's very low silver rank. So it makes sense. We need a taste of what it's going to be like coming up against these silver opponents. very menacing look that Ariane gives you. I'm not a big fan. Okay.
Looks like I'm going first.
What am I looking for in opening hands? Well, again, my knowledge is fairly fresh on this game. But what I tend to look for is anything that gains gold early, and low health minions tend to be pretty good, but mainly I'm looking for something that gives attack power, which we didn't manage to get a KGP or a Nazaroth, anything like that. So I think here we mimic Pyramid Plunder, Scorpion, oh, is it worth taking the extra damage? Here's what I'm thinking. It's probably not going to be worth taking the extra damage because the opponent that we're playing is Ariane and she has a lot of spells in her arsenal. So we don't really want to walk into getting blasted. I'd like to think that talking through the games, as I have been doing now for the episodes that I've done so far, will make me improve at the game. Just because you also get to talk through your mistakes. I think it's more memorable if you're speaking them out loud and you can visualize and say, well, look, this is what I did wrong.
Welcome. It is good to see you again.
My goodness, 13 gold for our opponent on the first round. That is pretty huge. Now, Ariane is less likely to get a weapon. I mean, I don't really see it happening. But perhaps that's just me thinking of Ariane as a mage, not wielding a dragon longsword. Perhaps she packs some dragon longswords in the deck. Who knows? I don't like this hand. This hand is rough. That's going to deal 6 to me, but I am going to heal 4. So it's effectively dealing 2. To remove 4 health from the oozing calcite. Yeah. There's not a lot more I can do. Oh boy. Earth Blast the opponent's going to use here, which deals damage to rival equal to the amount of support cards in your hand. There are a lot of decks that are built solely on making that work. 12 damage. What? That's madness. So essentially one more hit from an Earth Blast and we're dead. And it's also a 1 base attack deck, which is something that I spoke about in an earlier episode, and potentially something that I want to visit because it's pretty cool. It's just an interesting way of playing the game.
That's this story.
I can't kill that. There's nothing else to play here. I'm a little cautious. 8 damage. What's this last one gonna be? Oh. Another 8 damage. Okay, we got bursted down pretty bad there.
This will make a good story.
That's a shame. So
Change some details.
we didn't win the consecutive game, so we go back. Oh no, we don't, because in Bronze League you don't lose ranks, so we don't go back. Hey, we still get another chance. So 19 live 47. Or 19 live 47. That could also be the name. Disastrous Hand. I like that card, but I don't think it's going to be useful right now. That could be, given the kind of cards we're picking up. Perhaps I need to relook at the deck. I don't know. So far, it's 1-2, lost 2. It's evens. There's been worse decks. I think we take the opportunity just to gain the 4 gold. What I don't want to do is use safe spot and discard the free gold. That would be pretty disappointing. There's the wall. And I'm going to hit with a Scorpion. So he's down to 17 already. Considering the opponent we're playing, or the legend that we're playing against, Ariane, now she doesn't have too much in terms of armor gain, or she tends not to have too much. So something like Oozing Calcite's actually going to do really, really good here. We'll see what we pick up. Wow, okay. Blimey. I mean, we could see Oozing Calcite get discarded here. But perhaps we don't want to do that. So we'll be up to 4.
That's this story written.
4. 4's a pain of a number. I think we go into this. I think it's going to depend on what we draw on the next turn. Because I almost guarantee we'll hit the Calcite. Okay, it just went down to 50-50 we'll hit the Calcite. It's on the next one we have to discard. Wow, it's not a bad card. Okay, we kept the Calcite. It's going to be a really good one to go into. No, it's not. This is going to deal 5 damage to the rival. So the Calcite's just going to effectively do 4. If she still had armor, it would have been a different story. What would be good here? Yeah, the safe spot's gonna go here. Because if it does go, we will be on 5 base attack, which is a very steady attack to be at. I just pray my opponent has not too much burst. Any damage is not appreciated right now. Just want to get promoted. You're buffing her attack up. And what's it going into? That tells me that the opponent might not be amazing. I mean, worse than me is quite the accomplishment, I think. But guys, come on, I'm improving. I'm improving. I hope everybody was screaming at me not to do that then. I really don't want to go down to 10 health here. we're on chapter 4. We play Troll Chucker, and I think that Count Drain is going to be used in the final round. I'm calling it. I do think that our opponent will probably play something that Count Drainer will love to drain the life of. Okay, so our opponent's about to pick up the Lunar Spellbook. This makes the final chapter a nasty one. I think we have to play something, or we lose. So, I mean, she's on 2 health. All we need to do is pick up a Scorpion. Come on, anything that deals damage.
Now for the final act.
Perhaps we don't need damage.
That's this story written.
I'll be up to 10 attack with the Dragon Longsword. But I don't have enough for Snapshot. This is a risky, very risky hand. Or play, should I say. Because yeah, that was going to happen. And I knew that. That's why I put Count Drainer first. Because if I had just put the Undead Dragon down, yeah, my opponent would have won. So, Count Drainer's going to steal up to 4 health from my next creature. And essentially, if she... That's only going to give her... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So she's going to... Yes, so that is it. We have got ourselves promoted to the Silver League. Perhaps I shouldn't be getting too excited about that, but you know, we're well on our way now. I don't want to be in Bronze League forever. And we have to rise up to the challenge now, and we get our... Oh, okay, that's a pretty cool card back. I like it. And we get our chest. What's in the chest? Only one way to find out. Is press open and click the chest. Oh, we get a card pack. Crafting gem shards, 75 of them. 500 copper coins. What, 4,000 now? That's a few drafts right there. If you'd like to see more drafts, comment away. I'm happy to do them. I do enjoy draft. I'd like to get a bit better at it. So I think that's a nice place to end the episode off. We've just been promoted into silver rank. Couldn't be happier with that. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you leave a like and possibly subscribe if it's taken your fancy. If you want to see a bit more of me and my channel, yeah, hit that subscribe button. And also leave comments, because honestly, they make my day. I don't care what you're gonna say. I don't care if there's trolls out there. You know, just seeing that the responses and all that, just fun. It's a fun aspect of starting a YouTube channel. Anyway, as always, I've been Raddimanx, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.